Pragmatic clinical trials are growing in popularity both from funders and from healthcare organizations, and the Mayo Clinic is very well positioned to implement them, introduce them in our practice, and ultimately have our patients join in the benefits from this novel alternative way of obtaining generalizable information. My name is Laszlo Vasser. I am one of the consultants in pulmonary medicine at Mayo Clinic in Arizona, and I'm also a member of the Institutional Review Board of the Human Subjects Protection Mechanisms at the Mayo Clinic. Our commentary, titled Pragmatic Clinical Trials, The Ethics of Conducting Research in the Real World, will appear in the September 2024 issue of the Mayo Clinic Proceedings. As is well known, clinical trials are the gold standard mechanism through which generalizable information about healthcare can be obtained. And they will span a spectrum of rigor and structure, but ultimately, most of the clinical trials that are published in the literature and are therefore the ones we are most familiar with are very structured in terms of strict enrollment criteria, adherence to protocols, monitoring, and because of that, their results are suitable for regulatory approval, but they don't generalize very well to real-world settings. Because of this, pragmatic clinical trials have been introduced, and they place the emphasis in different ways compared to the previously mentioned explanatory clinical trials. In a pragmatic clinical trial, the setting can be a medical clinic as opposed to a clinical research trials unit in an academic medical center. The enrollment of patients is broader, and they will generally test methods, treatments, and interventions that are already available yet have not been properly compared. Because of this, they are more generalizable and they are more relevant often to patients. The Mayo Clinic is uniquely positioned to benefit from this novel way of obtaining generalizable healthcare information because of our collaborative and cohesive practice and high-quality medical records. We could compare medical treatments that are already available yet have not been truly assessed in terms of relative comparative effectiveness. This raises, however, a number of new questions having to do with consenting, because often pragmatic clinical trials do not easily lend themselves into a dichotomous classification of minimal risk on one hand versus greater than minimal risk. In the academic literature, there is an ongoing conversation about how consenting should be done, whether passive enrollment followed by notification and mechanisms to allow withdrawal for a given patient should be included, versus other voices that will advocate a more integrated consenting into the clinical practice. We have written this commentary to engage the medical community within the Mayo Clinic and beyond to discuss this, keeping in mind that we still will continue to honor the patient's autonomy and respect for their persons, to provide transparency and to fulfill the ethical and regulatory requirements of medical research. We invite you to read the paper and engage with us with your ideas and commentaries. Thank you.
We hope that you found this presentation from the content of our website valuable. Our journal's mission is to promote the best interests of patients by advancing the knowledge and professionalism of the physician community. If you are interested in more information about us, our homepage is www.mayoclinicproceedings.org. There you will find access to information for our social media content, such as additional videos on our YouTube channel, www.youtube.com/Mayo Proceedings, or journal updates on Facebook, www.facebook.com/Mayo Clinic Proceedings. You can also follow us on X, formerly known as Twitter, available at Mayo Proceedings. More information about healthcare at Mayo Clinic is available at www.mayoclinic.org. This content is copyrighted by Mayo Foundation for Medical Education and Research, published by Elsevier Incorporated. All rights are reserved, including those for text and data mining, AI training, and similar technologies.